Imagine your life if you were put in the environment that you've always wanted to be in. So, like, what do I mean by this? I mean that when you put yourself around people that, you know, they help you become the person you want to be with, or like become the person you want to be. And then when also with environment, I'm also talking about like your actual genuine environment. When you're in your environment that you are in now, are you more like productive or are you more lazy? Are you more creative or are you more like a consumer? You get what I'm saying? The Your environment plays a big role. There's a reason why people leave their hometown. There's a reason for that, and they go to somewhere that's more, maybe activity inducing, spontaneous or whatever you want to say. uh, Environments that are more out there. Like someone who lives in a small town for their whole life might go to live in a big city, or maybe somebody who lives in the Midwest is going to move to the coast, or that whole thing. But ultimately, though, when you put yourself in an environment that gives you a bunch of room to grow into who you want to be, that's usually when you're going to be the best person in yourself. And when you put yourself around fucking hair, when you put yourself around people that help you grow, that's also a very good thing to do. But sometimes we don't even realize it, that the people we put ourselves around each and every single day are constantly holding us back, in a sense, if you get what I'm saying. And then our environment as well. Like, for example, you might go to your parents' house and you might feel like you don't want to do anything, right? You're bored, you're tired, you're not really creative. Or you might go to school, and you go to school and what do? You want to sleep, even though you got 8 hours of sleep the day before. It doesn't matter because the environment is just so dog shit that you don't want to do anything. But when you go to a friend's house or something, what do? You want to go out, you want to do stuff because, you're with your friends, you're away from your parents, things like this. You're away from family, you're not judged. You don't have to worry about the rules. You're with your friends, you got to do stupid stuff, you do whatever you want, right? So you're more out there. So these are like perfect examples of like how exactly does your environment and the people around you affect you. If you put yourself around people that are constantly just holding you back from doing what you want to do with your life, then you're never going to reach your full potential. It doesn't matter if it's your family or your friends or whoever it is. When you put yourselves around these type of people that hold you back, you will never reach your full potential. And sometimes it is best to go on your journey or whatever by yourself if you don't have these people in your life. Now, if you do have these people in your life that help you, they help bring out the best in you, then I would say keep those people around, because those people are going to help you get to your goals faster than what it would be if you were alone. When you're alone, you can only do so much. Now, I am saying this, that when you are alone and you don't have people that help lift you up, then it is best to go alone. But if you have people in your life that are going to help you go after your goals and all that, then I say keep those people in your life, right? They're not holding you back at all. So don't take those kind of people for granted, Don't. You're always gonna regret it. You're never gonna be a time where you're gonna be happy that you replaced the people who were rooting for you with people who like are just a lesser version of them, right? And you have to understand that too. That's why you got to take a good look at who exactly you're putting yourselves around. You might be lucky. You might have parents and friends and all that they support you in anything that you do, no matter how, out there it is. But most people aren't like that. Most people don't have that. So that's who I'm kind of talking to. Now, ultimately, though, you just got to understand that aside from people, your actual environment also plays a big role. Like, think about it. Simple things like when the sun is out, people are just happier people. Like, pretty sure it's like a fact that when the sun is out and it's shining and you have that, that the sun rays hitting your skin, it just makes you happier, makes you a happier person. So things like environment, like simply like if you go outside and the environment just looks like dead, like maybe you're in a very bad part of town, maybe you don't have anything to look at, everything just looks kind of bland and then you might have that feeling of, I don't really want to do anything today. Like it's dark, it's gloomy. I mean, there's nothing to there's no creativity in that, right? But when you go out and if all you've seen was beauty and all this, like in nature and like, maybe you have the ocean or you got these beautiful trees or whatever. I'm kind of going on a rant, but you get what I'm going with this though. Like when you have that environment where you just want to do better, then most likely your goals and all that are going to be even easier to attain because it's not going to seem so like hard to get yourself to do because you're putting yourself in an environment that strives for growth. Just like if you put yourself around winners, you're gonna want to win. You're not gonna want to lose. If you get what I'm saying, if you get what I'm putting down, like I'm trying to explain this, but ultimately though, yes, your environment, the people you put yourselves around, it's a big helper in going after your goals. I'm not saying that if you don't have these things that it's impossible. No, I'm just saying like if you want to kind of like speed up the process, getting out of those areas and getting into new improved areas where it is easier to grow and it is easier to go after your goals and it is easier to wake up and be productive and it's easier to be creative, when it's easier in a sense, it just makes the process of getting towards your life that you want so much faster. So I know one thing I hear a lot of successful people talk about is how they left their hometown because they felt like the area they were putting themselves in didn't really help them strive for, that financial success or whatever there is they're chasing, their purpose, if your whole life, if your life, or if you think your purpose is to travel the world and go see all different cultures and meet all different type of people, do you really think that sitting in your hometown is going to do that for you? No. I mean, yeah, sure, you could live there, but maybe your goal is to, like I said, meet different cultures, meet different people, and learn new things, right? Then you might want to go move into different countries and all that and live for a couple months here, a couple months there. Like people do it all the time. But would you stay in your hometown and live there for your whole life? The answer would probably be not if that's your goal. It all comes down to what exactly is your goal. Like, what do you want out of your life? And then base it off of that. And then ask yourself if the environment you're putting yourself in now, is that going to help you get closer to the thing you want, or is it going to make it process a whole lot harder than what it has to be? I know itches, but you get what I'm saying though. Just imagine what your life would look like if you were in the environment that you wanted to be in and you're around the people that helped you grow. If you're around the people that were always rooting for you, they weren't like backstabbing. I know that's easier said than done. Like especially nowadays, it's a lot easier to say that you could just go out and find these people. I know it's not, but I'm just saying, like, imagine like how much quicker, how much faster you could get to your goals if you didn't have people holding you back, your environment holding you back, anything holding you back, right? Put yourself in that place to where you can strive for your own greatness, right? Put yourselves around people where you both build each other up, you both lift each other up, you both help each other chase your purpose or whatever. Whether that is your friendships or your relationships. Either way, you all should be helping each other chase what you want out of life. And I feel like if you do that, you not only do you have a friend forever or a relationship forever, or at least long lasting, but you also have, something that's real. You also, on top of that, you're getting closer to your goals because you're lifting each other up. You're not putting each other down. You get what I'm saying? And then as far as the environment goes, put yourself in an environment to where you're like, this place makes me want to do better. The place I'm in makes me want to do better. And I mean, maybe your hometown does that for you. I mean, I don't know. If you live in a bad part, maybe that is the motivation to leave. But I think that realistically, getting into a place where it just makes you want to be creative and productive and all that, it makes the process of getting towards your goals in life so much easier. You just got to ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want out of your own life? And then go from there. And then once you figure that out, then the environment, the people and all that will just, you'll figure out who you want to be around, who you don't want to be around. So yeah, go from there. Imagine, imagine a life where you put yourself in an environment that helped you grow to the person you want to be. Imagine your life when you put yourself around people that make you want to be a better person, that make you want to go do those things that you always wanted to do with your whole life, right? And then that's really it. So put yourself in an environment that helps you grow. That's basically it. And if you're not in that environment, figure out ways to get out of that environment, you know, and then go from there. And nothing's impossible. If somebody's done it, it's not impossible. It is possible. It just might be hard, but that's where you just gotta ask yourself: is this thing that I want worth the difficulty? You know, is this life that I want worth the difficulty? Is this relationship that I want worth the difficulty? Friendship, family, are these people, these things, this purpose, is this all worth the extra effort? And I think most of the time, if you're really being honest with yourself, you're probably like, yes, you know what it is. So then it's just down to now you answered yourself, you know it's worth it. Are you now going to put in the work? And that's what it all comes down to. Are you going to put in the work, or are you just going to keep making excuses for yourself so you don't have to do it? I mean, that's really it though. So I wish the best for you. The only thing I could say is chase your purpose, chase your goal. Put yourself around people that you know are lifting you up. If you know they're putting you down, then sometimes it's best to let go of people, or at least well, that's really all I got. I mean, depends on who the person is. At least have a talk with them, maybe, if that helps anything. But put yourself around people that help lift you up. Try your hardest to get yourselves out of that environment that holds you back, and try your hardest to get into an environment that pushes you forward. And then ultimately, all I can say is just for me, you already know I believe in God a lot. So praying to God and talking to him helps me throughout life. So try it, you know, just talk to him. See where your life goes from there. You know, open your heart out to him and just give him a chance to speak. Well, what's the worst that can happen if you just give him a chance, you know? But I wish the best for you. I really do. I can tell you guys really like the videos. You like, you know, the stuff I'm talking about. And one guy, I don't know what your name is, but I seen you comment on a video earlier. You made a sketch of mine, and that shit was that was cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually really cool. It made me tear up a bit. I was like talking to my mom, and I was like, Mom, wow, people believe in me. And I started tearing up. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just keep going on with this YouTube thing. I don't know where it's gonna go from here, but I'm gonna try my hardest to stay as consistent as possible, keep making videos, and I wish the best for you. Keep God in your life, keep going towards your purpose, keep going towards your goals, put yourself around people that you really love and that help you become the person you want to be. Put yourself in an environment that helps you strive for greatness, helps you be creative, productive, and ultimately be your best version of yourself, and go from there. And then yeah, so I wish the best for you. And remember, no matter how old, no matter how young you are, life isn't too short to make a change.